County High School, I don't know if you know this fact or not, but we've got a remarkable record of only having 2 agribusiness instructors for the past 64 years, that being Stacy Hatcher and Paul Dean. Stacy began work in January of 1982, my junior year in high school. Stacy had big shoes to fill by following in the footsteps of Paul Dean, who was a mountain of a man, not just in stature, but also in quality of the ag program. When Paul Dean called for Stacy to come back home, he had a successful ag teaching career in Georgia. He taught for 7.5 years in Camilla, Georgia, before returning to his alma mater. Stacy had already, at his young age of 29, made the cover of a national magazine, Successful Farming. Therefore, when Mama called, it was his choice to come back home, and we're so thankful that you did. A first-year ag student is called a green hand, and you either sold a certain number of boxes of oranges, or you had to go through initiation. I don't even know, now Hatcher, if they have the powers, I don't know if the powers to be would allow those kind of initiations today. In other words, you really wanted to sell those oranges because you'd already heard the horror stories about initiation. But just as green hands get initiated, so did the students initiate Mr. Hatcher. Like the time someone locked him in the mechanical room, and when somebody egged his truck when he parked it on the town square while he was getting a haircut from Mr. Johnny Riley. I know you remember that now. Lacey, there you are. All right. Those were good times, and Stacy, you did an above and beyond job as our advisor. On a personal note, I remember when you, Chris Walker, and myself went to the National FFA Convention in Kansas City, Missouri, so that I could receive the American Farmer degree, which, by the way, I still consider it as a great accomplishment, like getting a degree from college. If it were not for your encouragement, I don't think that I would have pursued such an accomplishment. I am sure that stories like this can be echoed over and over for all of you out there, for all the years of your hard work. Thank you. Another accomplishment of yours was to induct the first female president for our chapter in the county, Leah Holloway Walden. Today, if it were not for females, I don't know how we could operate. Stacy, you had a show calf program that could rival any of the chapters in the nation. You always had large woodworking projects going on, like fairing houses. Remember when you built about 15 of those things, I guess, for my dad. I was certainly glad when he gave the last one away whenever the hogs left, okay, the farm. But anyway, you rebuilt cattle mineral feeders, shop tables for the students to learn life skills. Your chapter was an active chapter that impacted thousands of lives through such projects, judging teams, public speaking contests, and other leadership activities. You won many state titles and many county and district awards with your judging teams. Developing young people, that was the business that you were in, and we thank you for your time and efforts. And I thought I'd like to read the FFA Creed. It's been a long time since I have read through it, and I know they've had some revisions. I believe in the future of agriculture with a faith born not of words but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturists. In the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better years we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. I believe that to live and work on a good farm or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits is pleasant as well as challenging. For I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil. I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining, in the life of abundant and honest wealth to help make it so, for others as well as myself, and less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me, I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and I can exert an influence in my home and community which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task. Stacy, job well done, and congratulations.